As a petitioner, what are you expecting? What are you expecting to see happen right now? I'm talking specifically about the exam this year.
See, this NEET, it's a matter of, it's a center of controversy from day one itself.
Yeah.
Like the points we have raised in our petition that they have reopened the registration for 2 days without there being any notification. Then exam was held. On the same day, there were reports of paper leak.
Yeah.
That has not been taken into consideration. On the next day, they issued a press release saying that there is no leakage at all. Now, as we are all aware that today we have seen what is going on and what has been come out during investigation, and it hardly takes 5 to 10 seconds in today's date to travel this question paper from one place to another place. So it must have been traveled all across the country. So what is the future of these students who have cleared the examination by unfair means? Tomorrow they are going to be the doctors. What we are going to expect from them? This whole batch will be a matter of controversy, because after 5 years, when we'll ask them which batch you are from, the paper leak batch or not. So that tag will be there. To remove that tag, it's better for all of us to get this retest, re-NEET conducted. This is what our prayer is before the Honorable Supreme Court. And we have also demanded the SIT to be formed in this case, so that, a proper and fair investigation must be done.
Yeah. But there are lacks.
Under the observation of the Honorable Supreme
Court. What makes this issue so complicated, and I'll go back to Maheshwar Peri in just a moment for a clarification on that as well, is that there are also lakhs of students like Arushi, who's on our show today, saying that, a complete re-NEET is unthinkable. That's a nightmare scenario. So, the NEET aspirant community is also, necessarily divided about this, depending on where they actually stand. Zubin, quickly bringing you in as well. You're a career coach and a counselor. This is a traumatic time for NEET aspirants, because there is this heavy air of pressure on the students. They don't know what decision is going to be taken by the Education Ministry, but the pressure means that there is going to be some decision. This is not going to be swept under the carpet. So we don't know what that decision just is. What do we do in the interim? What do students do in the interim, Zubin?
Absolutely. And time and again, when these things happen, it's the students who suffer the most.
Yeah.
There's a build-up of preparation, of getting exam ready, match ready. They've done the exam. It's a month and a half or whatever after that. They've been out of touch with the books. Now the stress of, whether my score is valid, not valid, is it going to be taken again? How much time am I going to have? So it's needless stress, pressure. Please also understand, students sometimes are not at their hometowns preparing for these exams. So they go back to where they go. So there is obviously a lot of logistical and emotional aspects to this. But most importantly, what my fear is that, NTA is not just conducting the NEET and NET and the JEE Main. It's nearly 24 exams. On the anvil is the CUET.
Yes.
Now, in the heat of trying to, quick fix and find a solution to this, which the government must, a complete overhaul and review of the NTA, its processes of how it conducts exam, how it maintains confidentiality, secrecy, checking. Yes. That is the need of the hour urgently.
Yeah,
because we're talking about, in a year, nearly 50 lakh students across different exams who are impacted by this. So
yesterday
that is done.
Zubin, the second point you were making about student trust is something that I take very seriously on this show. And just a couple of days ago, I don't know if you saw it, but I did a video piece where I basically listed every single competitive exam or eligibility test paper leak since 2000, since the turn of the millennium till now, all the paper leaks, and it was almost an 8-minute video. That's how long it took me to list the number of paper leaks and incidents of exam integrity being compromised. So it's incredible. I'm going to come back to the larger structural changes that are required from the NTA in just a moment. But I also want to bring in Shiv Khera in on this. Mr. Khera, the larger issue of what needs to be done as far as these exams is concerned will come next. Right now, we're talking about NEET 2024 because this can't be simply postponed. A decision needs to be taken now, and that will have a bearing on a larger decision that comes on NTA and exams in general. What do you think needs to happen right now, sir?
See, Shiv, whatever conclusion or decision comes out of this, anything, whether Re-NEET should be done, should not be done, whatever you side, and there will be always controversies to that and a controversial. But whatever you do now, this is all damage control. I repeat one more time, damage has been done.
Yeah,
You cannot undo the damage.
I agree.
This is trying to minimize the damage. But I just heard a gentleman who said, in terms of there is affordability gap, there's a demand and supply gap. That is why people do such things out of greed and so on. I do not agree with that. This is not an affordability gap, nor is it a demand and supply gap. This is outright integrity and a character gap in our bureaucracy, in our political system. And this is not new. It has gone into our DNA everywhere. And you might say, I'm deviating from it. I'm not deviating from it. Look at the Porsche case. That judge who said, go write an essay. Look at the infiltrators that come in. 10 crore infiltrators have come into India by giving 2,000 rupees at the border. Now, there's no difference into the NEET exam. And leakage of paper has been there every year, either in Bihar, UP, Madhya Pradesh, or somewhere.
All over.
This is not new, sir. This is not new. But every time it happens once a year, at that time, it becomes an issue. We discuss a few times, you get a few people, talk about it, and then it dies out. But the politicians and the bureaucrats, they are corrupt, who are selling the country for money, ruining the fate of this nation. They're still sitting there, and they become bigger leaders.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody big has ever, paid the price for what happens in these paper leaks.
That's right.
Considering
and
the
even
number
now, you look at the parliamentarians, almost 50% of the parliament has criminal records. What the hell are we talking here?
Yeah, no, I agree with your larger point, Shiv Khera. I'll come back to the larger point in just a moment. But since we're addressing the immediate issue, the luxury of zooming out from this issue and talking about restructuring the NTA or scrapping the NTA is one thing. But remember, there are lakhs of students waiting with bated breath, like Arushi, like Shan, like Nandini, about what decision is going to be taken now. Arey bhaiya, this year, what's going to happen? Because this is going to be your next generation of doctors, which is why. Yes, Mr. Khera, complete your point.
One, a short-term thing, and second, a long-term thing.
Yeah.
And the third thing is that we talked in terms of that there is a hearing in the Supreme Court on the 8th of July.
Correct.
Now, my question to you is, how can you postpone the future of 24 lakh people?
I agree.
No, let me finish. You see, they could open, the court could open in the middle of the night to protect a terrorist. Middle of the night, court was opened to protect a terrorist, to prevent him from hanging. Why are we pushing this? Why can't we open the court middle of the night and close this matter there?